with our mighty team. Heroes we become, living out the dream. Roll the dice, feel the thrill, monsters we will overthrow. Questing with friends in the RPG show.
Tabletop role-playing game crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end this week, but you still have a chance to support. Let's get to that right now. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the fish in the sea. It is I, your favorite idiot, the OGGM, coming to you live from Site B on a foggy Thursday morning. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning here, the 26th day of September. My gosh, this month has gone by quick, and we are ready for Halloween and the holidays. Weird, I know. Anyways, it's time to take a look at the crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end this week, but you still have a chance to support. Right on the top, of course, is Bestiary Zoo Elementor Storm by the 5e Pathfinder for people from our good friends Roll for Combat, Stephen Glicker, who I mention almost every day. Look at all the free press I give you, Stephen Glicker, and you never say thank you. Ungrateful. But don't get me wrong, I appreciate Stephen very much. So this is a source book for 5e, Pathfinder, anything that uses D20, really. $60, shipping and handling, PDF print version of the book, plus some other stuff. You can get the book for Pathfinder, second, or Dungeons and Dragons, fifth. But it's D20 is D20, so you could probably use it for anything. It contains a whole bunch of new stuff like new spells, new monsters, new magic items, a whole bunch of stuff. It explores the idea of using the monster to craft your things, so heavily influenced by Monster Hunter and Delicious in the Dungeon and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a splat book. It's 250 pages of art and D&D splat to add whole new thoughts and ideas to your 5e. Have you taken 5e as far as it can go and you think I can do more? Well, Battle Zoo Bestiary Elemental Storm 5e is your thing. Plus, it comes with some VTT stuff like 650 assets. I don't know what that means. 500 animated tokens. Again, don't know what that means. 50 digital maps. I guess that's a VTT map. Is it? I don't see the point of the animated tokens. I really don't. I really don't see the point of animating anything in the VTT battlefield. I mean, I guess once they get to the whole 3D AI digital thing that Wizards is trying to build and it's more isometric, then maybe, it'll look more like a... But if it's just, VTT is now top-down, little tokens moving around the map, is animating them going to make that much of a difference when they're, like a couple centimeters big? But I don't want to poop on Stephen Glicker, so of course, buy this. And Stephen, send me a free copy so I can review it. Duh! All right. Anyways, yeah, there we go. Moving on to other stuff. Ember, E-M-B-E-R, not A-M-B-E-R. Ember is an online tabletop role-playing game setting and sandbox from the creators of Foundry Virtual Tabletop. $120 gets you the PDF, the actual game, and dice. It is a entire video game / role-playing game built in Foundry. A fully realized world, character creation, and campaign that tracks your progress with reminders in case you're not sure where the lessons left off. All the rules are contained within the program. No need for you or the players to learn a new system. Instead, you can offer an RPG without the barrier to entry. If you're looking for an online game to play with friends, something that's dedicated to gaming and making the mechanics of blah, 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 blah. But there will be optional physical elements, so, if you want to actually play it. What is the game about? No, it doesn't say. Is it a D20 5e game? Doesn't say. Maybe if we go to the Kickstarter? Okay, we got a picture of some guys pointing at a swirly star and a mountain. We got the same swirly stars. Got a lot of art. It's great for fans of Baldur's Gate, blah, blah, Kill and Rune Lords, blah. Okay. Okay. Yep. It's an unprecedented digital role-playing game experience for 3 to 5 players, where you can open world setting with an epic length campaign, about using what system? Epic main story, colossal open world, elegant character creation, 80 interactive and animated maps, Visa system for virtual storytelling, codex to chronicle, blah. Again, what system? Okay, it is. If you're two ways to play Amber, one is using D&D 5th, the other is using the Crucible system. Crucible system developed exclusively for virtual tabletop. Okay, I would have led with that. I would have led with 450. That's what it, or that we've invented a brand new system called Crucible. Sounds really familiar. Is it familiar? I don't know. It sounds familiar. That would have been my lead. That would have been my lead. Not, hey, we're trying to do D&D Beyond, but better. Hey, we're using Foundry. No, lead with, hey, here, we've taken 5e and we've created this digital empire. See how, if we could do what D&D and Beyond has planned better. I mean, let's face it, anybody and their dog is going to be able to do a better job than whatever 5e has planned for D&D Beyond VTT. So it's not that high of a benchmark, guys. I have a feel, my 8-year-old niece could probably create a better digital video VTT interactive role-playing environment. I don't even know what to call this. If I staple enough big words onto it, it'll maybe make sense. But yeah, let's just face it. It's if and when the 5e D&D Beyond virtual nightmare rolls out, it'll be lazy. It'll be the bare minimum they need to do. So yeah, good luck, Ember, because if you get it out now and you can play test what doesn't work, you'll be ready to go by the time the VTT D&D Beyond Nightmare gets live. So you'll be as good, if not better. Okay, Root. It feels like I just mentioned this. Root for the role-playing game, Runes and Rolls, has reaching the end of its Kickstarter. Doesn't tell us anything about it. Other than it is a supplement for the amazing Root role-playing game, which is based upon the amazing Root board game. It tells us how much money Root made in its Kickstarter, how popular Root was at Free RPG Day. It offers a link to the Root Quick Start Adventures. But it doesn't tell us when the Kickstarter started, when the Kickstarter ended, how much money the Kickstarter is looking for, and what I get for it. Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at the Kickstarter. Okay, we've got 7 days left. $15 would get you the PDF. $29 would get you a PDF and the physical copy, as well as any stretch goals that are unlocked during the campaign. $59 would get you the physical and PDF and all the stretch goals that have already been reached, plus all the stretch goals in the future. So same thing as $29. $79 gets you the deluxe, plus a copy of the Root rules, plus the PDF, plus all the stretch goals. If you don't have the Root already, that feels like that's the best one. All right, guys. Again, lead with these things. We already mentioned Battles News. All right, this is from Dream Realm Storytellers. Corpus Draconis, Draconic Codex for 5e. Corpus Draconis, doesn't that mean dead dragon or corpse of a dragon? Anyways, it's for 5e or any D20 game. £67 for the PDF or box set, GM screen, and map. This picture right here, guys, looks very familiar. You might want to be careful. That looks a lot like one of the pictures in D&D 5e art. The screen looks cool. Except if so it's a 5e centered game, but built around, wait for it, you might be a surprise, made for it, dragons, the monster that doesn't get any coverage ever in the history of the hobby. We've never before told people what their personalities or where they lived were like. We've never done that. You just did that. No, we didn't. So dragons, just in time for the 5e Monster Manual. If you ever wanted to explore the wide world of dragons, here you go. From Nerdburger Games, I love them just for the name of their company, we have Capers Expanded. This is for the Capers role-playing game. It's $25. Shipping and handling gets you PDF and print versions of the source books. It is an expansion on the Capers role-playing game, Capers being superpowered gangsters and superpowered feds fighting during the era of Prohibition. So the Untouchables, but with superpowers. It's a card-based role-playing game. It's supposed to be really good. I've never had a chance to play Capers. It's definitely on the list of superhero games I'd like to play. Uses cards instead of dice. Interesting place to set a storyline, you know, Prohibition era. Elliot Ness versus, you know, that kind of stuff. For Mirk Borg. Did you guys know we've been saying it wrong? Did you guys know we've been saying it wrong? I didn't know that until yesterday. I was watching Stephen Glicker interview some guy who is associated with Mork Borg. We've been saying it wrong. It's not Mork Borg. It's Mirk Borg. Almost like Meow Borg. Oh, God. I just introduced another possible Mork Borg parody. Meow Borg. So it's Mirk Borg, which means Dark Castle or Dark Citadel. It's a really interesting interview. I'll link it down below if you want to find out more stuff about Mirk Borg. Anyways, Driftword Archives presents us with Chainsaw. $45 is the most popular pledge. Gets the PDF and print version of the book, plus VTT stuff. It's Mirk Borg for a slasher movie. Both normal slashers and supernatural slashers. Random generators to create your new slashers. Some pre-generated slashers. I guess a slasher monster manual. I haven't had enough coffee. So if you've ever wanted to take your favorite slasher horror film, favorite slasher horror series, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Saw, whatever, and convert it to Mirk Borg, here you go. Again, if you are curious at all about Mirk Borg, check out the link down below for Stephen talking to the guy about it, because it really explains a lot of the thought behind Mirk Borg. We've got from Horse Shark Games. Okay, you win this week's contest for best name for a game company. Netcrawl. Netcrawl is a Dungeon Crawl Classic source books, $90 for the PDF and print versions of the book. It's DCC meets Cyberpunk. Using the Dungeon Crawl Classic chassis, you get to do wonderfully awesome random stuff in the world of Cyberpunk / Tron. I love DCC, as you guys know. It's my favorite D20 retro clone. I love all the random tables and weirdness. There's my DCC copy right there. Yeah, so I highly recommend it. Pick it up. This looks fun. DCC Cyberpunk. Super Savage System presents Neon Lords of the Toxic Wastelands, Deities, and Demibros supplement. I just did a review of this game. Look, there's Randy. Whoever wrote this game, if you haven't read it, loved Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, and just that time period of pro wrestling. So this is Neon Lords of the Toxic Wastelands, Book of Gods. Or things that people think of are gods, and super systems to create more gods, and adventures featuring those gods, plus pro wrestling. A lot of pro wrestling, a lot of 80s atomic punk, sheer goodness. Check it out. Yeah, I like this game. I like everything about this game. For Mothership, because why not? In fact, we haven't heard Mothership come up in a while. It's the first time those words have left my lips in a bit, I guess, you know, but it's back. His Mothership. This is the Heart of Tiberius. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a RPG zine, $55 for the print and PDF version of all three zines. $55 for a zine seems to sort of be counterintuitive to the idea of what a zine is supposed to be. But it's a 40-page Mothership adventure. divided, I guess, across the 3 zines where alien parasites take over the crew of a spaceship and interrupt your day-to-day mining. Hey, if you want to pick up a book about mining in space, I've got Goblin Galactic out. Links down below, as always. You can just pick that one up for a lot less money than this and play out the same scenario. And that's it. Obviously, my recommendations for this week, of course, is that, because it's Stephen Glicker, so I got to give him a shout out. If you appreciate me doing this every week, let me know. If you never want to hear me do this ever again, let me know. I discovered I could make full page of the StreamYard. Ooh, full page. Ooh, full page. Hopefully that looks a little bit better. Anyways, thanks for being with me this morning. I'll talk to you later. Until then, have a great day.
News from the table in the rolling waves. Dice in our hand, we're the dungeon's brave. Adventures tonight with our mighty team.